Hi everyone, welcome to another weekly wine chat here at peacefulbend.com. I'm Katie and I'm here to try to answer your wine-related questions. Last week I talked a little bit about the wine list descriptions, and this week I wanted to just touch base on how professional wine tasters are first introduced to wine tasting and how we're able to pick out all of those great flavors and aromas in wines. Because I know a lot of customers come into the winery and they read those wine descriptions and you tend to feel really intimidated because you may or may not smell or taste some of those things that we did. And also when you read wine descriptions in magazines and things, I know sometimes you're like, how do you pick out that? So if you're feeling not very confident with your wine tasting, there is a nice little tool that many of us started out using. It's called a wine aroma wheel. It was developed out at UC Davis in California, and it's a great little tool to be able to pick out the different wine flavors. It's kind of like a color wheel, but instead of colors, we're trying to define flavors and aromas for you. So it's very. I have a little picture of it here, and I'll show you a closer view of this too. Simple. You start at the center of the wheel and you work your way out. And of course, you have to have a glass of wine. It's today's kind of cold, so I think this one might be one of the last chances I get for a wine chat for the fireplace. So I'm taking advantage of it. Hope you enjoy it. Anyways. What we'll want to do is go ahead and smell the wine first, and that's why you see people swirl the glass. That helps release the aroma compound. So you swirl the wine and give it a smell. It smells really good to me. And you can leave it at that if you want. But if I want to try to develop on some of these flavors, then I'll say, okay, I'm going to start at the center of the wheel here. And in the center, what you'll find are really broad definitions of aromas and flavors. So in the center of the wheel, I know you can't read it on camera, but there's categories such as fruity, herbaceous or vegetative, nutty, caramelized, woody, earthy. It also has some kind of some things that you might not be so excited about, such as chemical or microbiological. So if you can smell your wine and say, well, what is one of those broad categories? I think most people are pretty comfortable with those categories. And so on this, I'm really getting some fruitiness in here. And the fruity category is here in this light purple. So I'll start there and I'll work to this next ring here, and I'll just stay in this fruity category, this light purple part of the aroma wheel. So on the next tier out, I've got citrus, berry, tree fruit, tropical fruit, dried fruit, and others. And I should have told you earlier, I've got a 2006 Norton in my glass here. And so I'll give this another sniff, and I know it's fruity, but what do I smell? I could see berry in there, definitely. So if I look at the berry section, that's here towards the top, it's the second one. Now I can go out one more tier further on this wheel, and it's actually got several berries listed for me. It's got blackberry, raspberry, strawberry, and black currant. And oh, that's it. I really smell that black currant quite a bit. And that's what Norton is really kind of famous for too. So that's kind of how we use this aroma wheel. Do the same thing on the flavors when you're tasting it. You taste, well, do I taste something fruity? Do I taste some woodiness in the wine, some oak perhaps? And then you just kind of start at the beginning or start in the middle of the circle and work your way out. It's very easy. I think you can find these online too. I'll try to search around and put that in my blog post down below the YouTube window. But that's kind of a beginner's guide on how to start with your wine tasting experience if you want to be a little bit more in-depth with it. If not, if you just want to smell it, says it smells good to me, that's fine by me. I won't report you any tasting pleas. Okay, well, thanks for joining me again today here at peacefulbend.com, and if you have a wine-related question, please feel free to leave that in our comment section, or you can email me at winery@peacefulbend.com. Thanks again. Cheers.